Hey y'all, it is Hope from Crafty Hope here, and welcome to my ICAD card 34 video. I am working on ICAD, which actually ended at the end of July, but I am having so much fun sharing with y'all what I made and how I made that I am continuing to share these. This is a little over halfway through. ICAD stands for Index Card a Day, and I've got information about it in the description box below. But the two prompts that I am working with today are gingham and yellow. So I showed a little piece of gingham fabric I had, and then I've got some Indian yellow paint from Lucas. So started by collaging a little bit here using my Oohoo glue stick, but then I decided I wanted to add some movement to get past that feeling of the blank white card. So I took my Stabilo and scribbled a little and activated it with water. But y'all, I'm going to cover almost all of that up, so it doesn't really matter. It was more about just just doing something on the page, just having, I had an impulse to scribble with some Stabilo, so I did that. And that's, I think I've mentioned it before, that's what's really great about these iCads, is that you can kind of experiment with different techniques and materials and all of that. And that's exactly what I do with this one. This is a crazy, crazy card. I cannot believe where I took this, but I really like the results. So I hope you'll stick with me and see how this comes along. So as you can see, I've got a couple different book pages. Some of them are painted, some aren't. That is just some tissue paper that I'm sticking down. I kind of put that over some of where the Stabilo was, so you can kind of see the Stabilo peeking through there in the background. Normally with tissue paper I would use matte gel medium, but I don't think I felt like grabbing it and pulling it out and going to that trouble. So I'm just using my Stabilo. As you can see, I'm leaving a little bit of white space on here because I just wanted to get over that hump of it being completely white. So now I'm going to grab that, I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, that's that Lucas acrylic paint from, in Indian yellow. And I'm going to grab a paintbrush, water it down a little, and just kind of paint this yellow on there. This is one, I love this kind of mustardy golden yellow. It's one of my favorite yellows. And so I'm just getting that on the card to kind of use that prompt. Yellow is one of those colors I really like to use on a card. It gives that just pop to me. It's like a pop of happy. If it's almost better than using white to get a burst of brightness on a card. So I've put that down, and then for some reason I decided to grab this distress crayon in mustard seed and put a couple marks down. So there's another little dosey yellow on that card. And then I am scribbling, I don't even know what color that is. I'm scribbling, I think it's brown. It is a watercolor pencil, but I don't believe, maybe I'm going to activate it. I don't remember. But I just felt like scribbling with a watercolor pencil a little bit on here, constantly fixing the little bits of paper that don't get stuck down. Now I am looking at that gingham, trying to decide exactly what it is I'm going to do. I also had a piece of an envelope. I think that's from one of my recent bills. And then that is a handwritten, well, it's a letter that I have that I had done some watercoloring on. So I, for some reason, decided I wanted to use all of those things. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm cutting out the window from this envelope. I really liked how just around that envelope, it didn't have, or around the window, it didn't have the pattern. It just was the white. So I thought I could use that somehow. And it didn't quite fit on the card, but I really liked it there. And then I'm looking at what I have watercolored onto this page. And this is, again, something I had just done. I felt like doing something one day, had that little piece of letter sitting there, and was playing with my watercolors and decided just to play around and make some botanical shapes and some flowers and that kind of thing. So I'm cutting out this little, I don't even know, fern-like botanical shape. And I am fussy cutting it, y'all. I've mentioned it before. I'm not great at fussy cutting, but what I like about little botanicals like this is you don't really have to be precise. I like to leave a little bit of the white showing around all of it to really get the effect of it being like watercolored or drawn or whatever. And I'm using just a mechanical pencil to kind of accentuate some of the lines of the botanical. And I'm going to fiddle with this for a while, deciding how I want to use these things, because this is not something that I do very often. So, and again, I'm still trying to figure out how to get that little bit of gingham fabric in there. So I'm tearing it down just a little bit. I really like the frayed edges, so tearing it for me is a big deal because it gives so much texture to have that frayed edge of it. I'm grabbing that watercolor pencil again and scribbling some more. And I like to take fabric like that, and I really like it along the edge of the page or the card or whatever, because if it's on the side, you lose some of that frayed edge because it's glued down, so it's not, that texture just kind of disappears. So I was trying to accentuate it there by putting it underneath my little window. And I finally decided I'm just going to start gluing things down. So I've got my plastic palette knife and my matte gel medium. And I'm just spreading straight onto the card. And then I'm going to stick my fabric down. But I'm trying to keep that little frayed bit out of the glue so that it still has, even though I'm going to probably put it under that window, I still want it to have that little bit of flappiness. I don't know what else you would call that. And I'm just using my glue stick to stick my window down. And let's see, what do I do next? Oh, my goodness, y'all, it's been so long since this ended. And I'm looking for words here, so I end up finding, I use my big chat stickers from Tim Holtz. And what word did I grab? Happiness. So I'm sticking that down on top of the window, and then I'm going to stick down that botanical. And I think I'm just gonna use my Oohoo glue stick, just like that. And then I think I've decided I need a little bit of that green somewhere else on this page. So I've pulled out my watercolors real quick to grab some of that same green and just add some little dots of it on the page, on the card, just so that they're there. And that's going to be about it for this card, y'all. If y'all have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. I'm so thankful you came over here to watch this. I really appreciate it. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. Keep on crafting on. Bye.